All right, Matt, we ready to start the show? I think we go live in
Oh yeah.
30 seconds here.
This is always the calm before the storm. It's very exciting.
Yeah, yeah. I think we got Clive. Those graphics queued up, ready to go? Okay, good.
Margaret, you got the Twitch stream layouts? All right.
Good. All right, let me just flip the switches. Okay, switches are flipped.
Okay. Pyrotechnics are locked and loaded.
Pyrotechnics are a go.
Okay, Eric. This is big show for us. We got a lot planned.
Yep.
We got a couple pre-film videos. We got a great guest, got a great segment. I think we've been killing it lately. I just really think that this episode. Ich bin wirklich wütend, dass mein Essen immer noch nicht da ist. Ich habe es vor über eine Stunde bestellt und es sollte längst hier sein.
I think the Matt translator is broken. Put the red thing and the blue thing, turn that knob.
Mein Magen tut weh und ich habe keine Geduld mehr. Ni hao.
Okay, this is worse. This is Mandarin, Clive. Man, I'm not getting anything. Can we go back to German?
Heute bin ich bei einer Touristenattraktion. Es gibt viele Menschen hier. Die Gebäude sind sehr schön. Ich mag Weile. Es gibt viele Menschen hier. Die Gebäude sind sehr schön.
I saw something on the Hunt for Red October. I think it's going to work. Just do a slow zoom on Matt's mouth. And I think we got it.
Heute sprechen viele verschiedenen Sprachen. Ich finde es spannend, hier zu sein. Die Geschichte dieses Ortes ist sehr interessant. Ich habe viel Spaß in Lernerville. Spaghetti.
Okay, close enough. Let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to Talk With Me, the greatest chat show in the history of the world. I am Matt.
And I am Eric.
Wow, Eric, we have a beautiful, incredible episode for everyone today. It's full of
big
surprises and fun. And that's all you need. Surprises and
I think
fun.
It's our most expensive guest we've had by far. It cost us the most money.
Oh, yes. We're bankrupt after this, but as you'll see, I think it's going to be worth it. We'll just kind of, get our finances in order, and eventually we will be famous. And you will figure out what that means shortly.
Soon.
Now, of course, I believe the title of today's episode is Talk
Like Me.
Like Me. And of course, everyone knows that Eric and I have very distinguishable accents and abilities, and well, we'll see what happens towards the end.
We're kind of known for our accents. I think as far as CharmedPersons as a whole go, me and you are really heavy on accents.
It's just like Eric and Matt, they're doing their own thing again. It's crazy.
It's like, what does he even sound like? Is he actually British? No, I'm not surprised.
Well, anyway, like you all know, we got to go to our first segment. Would you rather? All right, Eric, I have a would you rather.
Lay it on me.
This is one of the hardest ones so far, so get your thinking cap ready. Scenario number 1. Every time that you wake up, no matter it's from a nap, a long rest, no matter what, every time you wake up, there's a brief moment of excruciating pain.
Okay, all right.
Or every time you cook the spaghetti, it's never al dente. What do you choose?
Clive, we've got to get that translator fixed before the end of this episode. Please just get working on it. So how long is this moment of excruciating pain?
Anywhere between 5 seconds and 10 minutes. It's a kind of random deviation.
Okay, that's a big job. I mean, 10 minutes of excruciating pain every day, up to 10 minutes. That's a long time. And I didn't quite get the second one. Did you say every time I cook the?
Every time you cook the spaghetti, it's never al dente. It doesn't taste correct.
Oh man, well, I am. I do have Italian heritage in me, and I gotta have my spaghetti al dente. So I'm gonna have to go with the excruciating pain every day. It's worse than non. It's worse than soggy pasta, I would say.
Wow, that's a interesting choice, Eric. And the correct answer is excruciating pain every time you wake
Yes.
up.
Hell yeah! All right, all right.
Wow, that was incredible. Thank you, Eric. And as always, if you write into the Talk With Me show, we can set up these scenarios in your everyday life for you to try out.
Yes. Make sure you get in the chat, say which one you'd prefer, and I'll probably forget to ever bring that up again. So just make sure you talk about it in the chat amongst yourselves.
Yes, Eric is the one that will come back to you on that, and he will forget. So
Yep.
excuse us. Now, that was all fun and games, but this next segment, Eric, is very serious.
Yeah. Can we bring down the lights, the house lights, a little bit and
Clive?
Serious, Clive. Thank you.
It's time for Matt's Movie Minute. Matt's Movie Minutes. Okay, Eric, I have a list. The top 5 titles for a sequel movie.
Oh.
Number 5, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. I mean, one of the greatest puns in the history of the world. You know, if you watched the first Sister Act and you were scared that the second movie didn't involve nuns getting up to trouble, it's right there in the title. Beautiful. Number 4, Aliens. It's clean, efficient. Get in, get out. The only complaint is that the S at the end doesn't have a $ attached to it. Number 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance. One of the very few titles that's a full sentence. Kind of. Die Hard with the Vengeance. And it pays beautiful homage to the original, because you think about the original title, Die Hard. When you first think about it, it makes sense. And then you spend a few more seconds and like, oh wow, Die Hard. Doesn't make any sense, really. Don't know what that means. Are you dying difficultly, or are you making other people die? Or it's hard to parse, but that's the beauty of it. And now you add with a vengeance to the end of it. It's just as confusing as the first one in the best way possible. Number 2, Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo. Now, tips for you creatives out there. If you're pouring your heart and soul into an art project, and just as you're about to release it, you realize it's shit. And you think, wow, am I going to release this and it's going to be lost to ether? Well, guess what? All you got to do is add a really stupid subtitle and no one will ever forget. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Number 1, best sequel movie title is Mamma Mia, here we go again. Wow.
Wow is right. I never thought how little the Die Hard makes sense, but that, yeah, you really put it in perspective. And thank you, Matt, for that. Thank you for sharing.
I put years of research into that. And of course, that is also a beautiful transition into our next segment. As you can see, we are joined by someone, and to put some context into this, as you all know, Eric and I are famous actors.
Yes, I'm sure you've all seen all of our work. We're not going to get into all of it, but you can IMDb us, and it's all there.
We're very modest, and we're not going to share our work, but you can know that it's prolific.
I don't put my Oscars behind me for a reason.
Yes, I don't either. Or my Emmys, or my Tonys,
or Golden Globes.
Yes,
Grammys.
You did get one Saturn Award.
Yeah, we are both. What's the thing where you win all of them? We're EGOT. We're both one of the 5 EGOT winners, but let's not get into it. Let's not get into it.
Anyway, so Eric and I have the pleasure to be the final 2 contestants. That's not the right word for a movie role, but we are the
choices.
Choices. And we are going head to head to see who can be, well, one of the greatest movie roles in the history of the world.
Yeah, classic. So many great people have played this role.
So we have brought someone here to help us get into character. If you would like to introduce yourself, please feel free.
Yes, hello. My name is Juniper Scopes. I'm a prolific, world-renowned dialect coach. Worked with all the greats, all the presidents, everyone that I have been alive for to see I have worked with. But you can call me, because it's the two of you and because it's us, you can just call me Junie.
Junie?
Junie.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
Junie. That's what my friends call me, and I consider you friends at this point.
Oh, that's very heartwarming
Yeah.
to know. Thank you.
No, thank you. Our check must have cashed then, I guess.
And
it did.
Of course, since you are one of the greatest dialect coaches in the history of the world, we thought that because both of us are really rich and we can afford to hire you, we thought that you could help us with some of our monologues for our big role.
Yes.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That is why you paid me to be here.
Yes. We will not disclose how much we paid you.
I will not say it. I don't even know if I could say that big of a number.
It's a lot of zeros.
Yes.
Very many.
Yes.
Well, I mean, should we get into what role? I mean, we've kind of teased a little bit, but
yes.
I don't know if we're legally allowed to talk about it.
I gave a little spoiler.
You gave a little bit of a
a little one.
Me and Matt are both up for the role of President of the United States in the Air Force One remake that they are making. So, I mean, it's a big one.
It's an honor to be even considered to be the President of the United States, and I am a serious actor, and
as am I.
People have played the President of the United States over and over again, and it's like at some point we need to bring our own juices into it.
You need to do something, really swing for the fences is what we're trying to do.
So thank you, Junie, for helping us.
You're very welcome. I will say, just to get into it, I know both of you probably know this as professional as you are, but when working with dialects, you do want to make sure that you warm up your instrument. I suggest a nice hot cup of tea before any audition or I do a lot of live productions. I'm hardly ever behind the camera, so this is very new and exciting for me. But always drink your tea. You want to do your vocal warm-up. So if you all want to just like do a little up and down some trills, if you will.
Okay.
I feel warm.
Okay. Yes.
I'm not a tea drinker. How about LaCroix? Is that a good substitute?
If you heat it up.
Ooh, I could heat the LaCroix up.
I'd be interested to see you try.
Okay. Well, I will do that later, right before the audition, of course.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We should coaching. We are Matt and I are going to be preparing a specific monologue, and I think that we should show the clip from the first movie just to get everybody caught up. Whoever hasn't seen Air Force One out there. So,
yes. This is
we're
gonna
go ahead and play, which I'm sure this is completely legal to what we're doing right now, so we're just gonna do that.
I don't know why.
Is it less than 30 seconds? Because then yes.
No.
Then yes.
Wow. This is it.
Oh, Harry Ford, look at him. I worked with him way back when on Star Wars. Oh. Can you believe that's not his real voice?
Wow, that is incredible. Yes. What was he like to work with? I heard that he's kind of a little ornery.
A gentle soul. No. He just a love bug, just an absolute love bug. I had students like him when I was teaching high school theater, and he just very, very confident but quiet.
Wow.
Yes.
And do you recommend being confident and quiet as an actor, or should you be boisterous and over the top? Because
well, I think we'll see where you lie.
Depends on the role.
Depends on I think when we do the coaching, we'll see what fits you best. You have to fit it in your voice,
Right.
Wow, you're the actor.
Yeah. Let's
play
the clip.
Let's do this. And
I love this one.
I'm really
gonna get emotional.
Dig deep into his eyes because that's 90% of acting.
Let's all stare into Harrison Ford's eyes.
Oh, yes, let's.
Pledge to change America's policy.
Okay.
Oh,
Never again will I allow our political self-interest
Wow.
to deter us from doing what we know to be morally right.
And a little background on this is that I think there are terrorists or something. So.
And to those who would use them, your day is over.
Oh.
oh.
God.
See how quietly confident he is?
I can barely hear him.
We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid.
Oh.
It's your turn to be afraid.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, yes, it does something to me.
I'm speechless, and it's just the way that he speaks so quietly, but you know.
There's so much there, there's so much behind the voice and the eyes that
it's the quiet confidence, I'm telling you.
Yes, you're right. You nailed it.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
let it out. Let it out.
Okay.
All those demons, expel them.
Blah!
You don't want to see my demons.
Blah! Okay, Junie. We have some words here that's the ending of this is just so poignant, and I believe
powerful.
I think this exercise is just Eric and I repeating these words over and over again until we are the president.
So we get it right.
Yes. So first, I think it would best be for me to see how you deliver it in your register. So Matt, if you could please do us the honor. It's scary to go first, I know, but just get lovely, beautiful, delicious Harrison Ford out of your head and just put it in your body.
Okay. I'm the president.
I'm
really famous.
Yes, you are.
People love me.
They voted for you, presumably.
We will never negotiate. We will never no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid. It's your turn to be afraid.
Oh, good. Yes, good. There it was.
Good baseline.
Yeah, a starting point, as we all need. And Eric, now if you please.
All right, I'm gonna take Eric away.
Oh,
the president.
Excellent.
We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid. It is your turn to be afraid.
Okay. Yes. So I'm no acting coach. I'm just here for the dialects, but keep in it until the end, and don't trail off and look at me for anyway. So essentially this is a remake, right? We don't want it to be the exact same as the first one. Presumably there's a different president in charge. This was in 1997. Yes, I do know the year because in fact I did work on this film. I was not Harrison Ford's dialect coach. I was the tiny daughter's dialect coach. This is when I was just starting out my career, you see.
Wow.
So I'm anticipating a different audience. We're anticipating a broader range. And so I thought it might be good to get you all back to your roots with a very standard dialect. We're going into our standard British dialect. And that is categorized by long ahs. We do not say our r's at the end of the word like we do in America, right? We don't say r, we say ah. So the word longer, we elongate it. Longer. So
elongate.
That was a good Cockney. Soften it up a little bit. Just longer. It's very soft out of the mouth. Very forward. Good. Okay, so next, since Matt went first last time, let's have Eric. You go ahead.
Taking Eric out of the brain. And I'm really gonna go.
Yeah, do it, please. This is a safe space.
We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid. It's your turn to be afraid.
A little Australian there.
A little bit.
Yeah, did that feel good? Did that feel nice?
It felt really good, yeah.
Yeah, okay, maybe keep that in there. We'll see what Matt has. Let's
Now, Now, if gotta get into the mindset, if I was the president and also British,
which technically is not allowed, but in this future world, we would say, for the sake of the story, you know,
yes,
yes.
This is everyone is British in this version.
Yes.
Everyone is British, and you know, rightfully so.
And that's
like
what
when
I
they
will
give
tell.
Russians all British accents or something. It's kind of a take on that.
Oh, I see. Yes, convention. Yes.
All right. We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be. It's your turn to be afraid. It's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Interesting. Yes.
I felt really good about
Did you
this.
feel good? Okay. Yes.
That was something.
And you know, this is not a competition between Eric and I, but we are the only two people up for this role. So I just want to say, friendly competition, Eric. I do believe I'm winning.
Game on, my friend.
It's tough to be in this industry, especially in these moments. I do not envy either of you. But let's try something else, right? So standard British, great one to have in your repertoire just every day. You need to have it, especially if you're going to be going out for role. Bridgerton, in fact, high, big, you know, and let me tell you, I was originally up for the role of Penelope, and let me tell you, it's a good thing that I wasn't, because I would have destroyed that young boy. Anyway,
My word.
Wow.
No, anyway, so we're amongst friends, right? We're amongst friends.
Yes.
So let's take it into United States proper. Nothing dulls up the senses more than a nice, delightful Southern accent. Nothing is as fresh as a sip of iced tea on a summer day than a nice Southern dialect.
The way you could just slip into them.
I've been a lifetime of this, darling, a lifetime. So I would love to hear, just put yourself into the southern states of America, the soft crickets and cicadas whispering away, and just, Matt, if you would, just take it from the top.
Okay. Just thinking about the cicadas whisking me away.
And they will.
We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid. In fact, it is your turn to be afraid.
Okay, friendly, very upbeat. I would suffice it to say that seems a little bit more online with a proper presidential statement. I could see you up there, you know, standing in front of your constituents and such.
It reminded me of Harrison Ford. It was very
yes.
It's crazy. I blacked out there for a second, and when I came to, I was like,
oh, that's the proper response to perfection. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
Wow.
Let's hear Eric. Let's hear from you.
Okay. I'm taking
good luck.
Eric away.
Oh, the way he does that, just.
That's fine.
We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid. It is your turn to be afraid.
I've heard that somewhere before, I think. I feel as though I've heard your voice in my head before.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Great work, both of you. That was definitely, I think, keep that one in the docket for the audition more so than the British. Yes, I think that works a lot better.
Thank you.
Wow.
But these new remakes and such, right? They're making so many remakes. We've got, you know, did you hear the news? They're going to HBO series The Harry Potter.
I did hear that. I was up for Harry, but I never got a call back.
It's probably for the best. I told them way back in 2001, I talked to Chris Columbus himself, and I said, you know, I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you put this in the movies. It should really be a miniseries. There's just so much to suss through here. But he did not listen, and look where we are now. And, you know, I did coach Emma in Perks of Being a Wallflower. And let me tell you, she was an angel. She was a darling. But it was her first American dialect, and it does show. So
not one of
sorry,
your best work. No offense.
Not well, you know, and look at where she is now. She's gorgeous and delightful, and she's working with Greta Gerwig, and who could have wanted more for her?
It's beautiful.
Right.
But the children today really respond to the short and the sweet and the very, the Gen Zs. They love a Kardashian. They love a Kardashian.
Oh.
They love that Los Angeles vocal fry. And they love everything to be right here and like a little bit more accentuated in the mouth of like the front of the mouth. And it's really kind of soothing, but there's not a lot of activity. But the kids love it. They love it. They eat it up. And that's how they all talk. So maybe let's try like this in order to bring this movie to the youths, Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's
so
good to get that audience. Yeah, I
it
didn't-
definitely, especially for the remakes, we want to, invite them in to something that they weren't invited to originally because they weren't born yet.
And if they hear a president being like a Kim Kardashian accent, they'll be like,
Could
they're
be.
speaking to us, to our generation,
Yes.
and I want to be the voice for the younger generations.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Kardashian in office in the next 8 years.
Truly, honestly, it might be better than what we're working with. Truly. So let's see. Who wants to go first? It's been kind of a back and forth, but maybe we do a little free for all.
Do you want to do rock, paper, scissors, Matt?
Yeah, I will.
All right. On go, right? Ready?
On go. Yeah, I'm gonna put down a rock. By the way.
Okay.
We played his hand.
Okay.
Oh.
Rock, paper, scissors, go. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All
One
right.
said
Let's
go,
try it again.
one said shoot.
Rock,
paper,
scissors, go.
Go. It's like neither of us have ever played this game before.
Okay.
Ready? Let's try it again.
This is fascinating.
Rock,
paper, scissors,
go.
Do it. Yes. Oh, what is that? A paper?
That was a paper.
Okay.
Paper.
Okay.
So Matt.
Jazz paper.
I'm gonna go first.
Yes.
Yep. Because
right.
I'm terrified.
Bring us home, Matthew.
Oh my God. Can you just?
Oh yes, a trigger phrase always helpful.
Trigger.
Yeah.
Find it. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid. It is your turn to be afraid. Oh my God.
Oh, it got there at the end. Yeah.
A little bit.
I think
Yeah.
that was my best one yet.
Clive, we're almost done with this episode. You need to fix that translator, or
Why
else
do you-
your ass is on the line.
I don't know why you keep talking like that. It doesn't seem whatever.
I don't know why you keep talking like that, but we'll.
Just because I'm beating you, I'm obviously ahead of you in
Hence.
points.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Now let's get serious.
I've been serious. I'm the president.
I honestly don't know what's going to come out of my
Method.
mouth with this accent, so I'm a little.
Well,
afraid.
you're trying new things. It's scary. You're doing great, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Yeah, let's try that.
Oh my God.
phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take Eric out of here.
Every time. It's me. Genius.
We will never negotiate. We will no longer tolerate, and we will no longer be afraid. It's like your turn to be afraid. That was a little bit more surfer than Kardashian.
Yeah,
but I think I'll find
the California vibe was still there.
It
It
was
was a
there,
good
yeah.
starting point. Yeah.
I put my own spin on it a little bit.
Yes. Yes.
That was pretty good for, I don't know, the vice
These
president.
are
Okay. All right. Let's just calm down, Matt.
yeah.
We
That's
still have
are
shows
we
to
still
do.
on? Are we still?
We're still live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So we'll
Junie,
friendly competition. It's a hard industry. Very
It's
hard.
not turning in. It's not feeling so friendly, right?
it's time. You have heard us give our best impressions and accents, and
Mm-hmm. Your best.
Junie, who do you think won? This is a competition.
Well, to be very clear, just legally, I am not a casting director.
Right, of course.
So I cannot tell you if you've gotten the part. But if I was a casting director, Eric, the way that you spin those words with your mouth, you took on, and you did a surprise. You surprised me. You surprised yourself. Matt, you did. That's not to say that you did not. But again, I'm not a casting director, but Eric's mouth just did things that I have not seen. And so, yes, thank you for having me. I think that both of you are going to be, Oh, is he upset?
Mamma
No.
mia! Don't pick
Oh,
me.
my.
Oh, but it's just I'm just the coach. I'm not. You have time to work on this, and maybe we could do some private sessions and get
You know what? Fine.
you.
I'm gonna be the bigger man. Congratulations, Eric.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm going to
fine.
be the better man, as Pearl Jam would put it. All right, let's
Wow.
move on from that. I think me and you need to connect again, man. I think, you know what I realized at the top of this episode? I did not, as people all know, Steve is not here today. I forgot to say why.
Oh, he did. Yes, he did leave in quite a rush.
Yes, he
Is
did.
okay?
He actually had jury duty, and he couldn't. What was that?
Mm.
Oh, he had to appear in front of a jury. Oh well, I mean, hey,
Oh.
prayers up for Steve. Hopefully, gets
Prayers.
that not guilty
Prayers
conviction.
all the way
I
up.
forgot he did have that trial today.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeesh.
prayers up for him.
It's good of you to.
Yeah, it's always
Support
always
him
good to
through
check
this,
in.
yeah.
Should send him a text about that.
Yes.
Mm.
All right. Well, are we ready for the Twitch clip of the week?
Of course.
All right. Let's Clive. Let's roll that clip. All right.
Clive is
And
so good.
A lot like Junie in here. I don't know if that's your doppelganger or what. But...
Oh no.
Yeah, Hat of Disguise is, I mean, it's not much better, but it's also 500 gold.
Okay.
That's way different.
It's a hat.
Yeah.
Of Disguise.
Yeah.
Oh, how delightful. Who are they?
They're us. That's our. If you like Dungeons and Dragons, you would love it. Yeah.
Fellow actors.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Cute.
That was, if you like that clip, well, you're at the right place. This Twitch channel.
Yep, you've made it.
Oh.
You're there.
Now, of course, like always, we have to sign out with a word from our sponsor.
Thank you, Jim's Magic Discount Outlet, for sponsoring us week in, week out. We could not afford guests like Junie here without your help. So thank you, Jim.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, but behind the scenes, Jim is emailing us every day, and he has almost 100% input into the direction the show goes. So thank you, Jim.
Yep. So if you don't like it, blame Jim, and if you do like it, blame Jim.
If you do like it, well, Jim's your man. God, that guy's great.
Yeah. Jim.
Now, what's the featured item of the week this week, Eric?
The featured item of the week is the magic earworm, which will actually give you perfect pitch, which comes in very handy if you're a bard. And that's about it. But
and I did hear that it is actually a worm, but don't get too weirded out by that, because all you have to do is put the little worm in your ear, and you will feel climbing around in your brain, but you will have perfect pitch.
Right. So you get a little give, little take.
Worth it. Absolutely.
And it only costs your firstborn, which I think is for perfect pitch. You can have another kid. You can't.
Yeah.
And
my first doesn't even speak to me anyway. So.
And that must be devastating for an accent coach.
Oh.
Well, everyone, that has been our episode of Talk With Me. Tune in next week or in 2 weeks, and we might have some news about a certain movie about a certain president.
Yes, and thank you, Junie, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Can't thank you enough.
Yes.
Good
luck to both of you.
You have given me some of the worst news I've ever had in my life, and I am going to take the next few hours and contemplate a lot of my life choices, but it is such a pleasure to get to know you and have you on.
Oh, thank you both. You're lovely.
Well,
yep.
As always, giving you the news with a wink
and a nod.